Hi there and welcome back to Parent Chat Videos. This video is called Baby Talk, and in it has all different tips on how you can enhance the development of language in your baby as early as from 2 months old. Now all these tips and ideas that I'm going to share with you are actually things that I have done when my baby was very young. And to share some results with you, by the time my daughter was 1 years old, she could say 20 different words. And by the time she was 2 years old, she could speak full sentences and have a real conversation with you and ask you questions and answer questions and just basically, yeah, have a full conversation with you. So, the first thing that I want to address here in this video is I want to personally thank you for purchasing it. I really appreciate the support, and I hope you find this video very valuable. So the first technique that I want to teach you that I personally did when my baby was 2 months old. So first, the importance of waiting till they're around 2 months old is that when they're newborns and they first come home from the hospital, they are, learning their bodies and how everything is working, and they sleep a lot. They eat, sleep, and poop. That's basically what they do, right? And so you kind of want to just encourage that type of, occurrence that's going on, and also you're very exhausted and you're tired, and it's not really a time to create like some kind of routine and to start teaching something. So what I did was I waited till my baby was about 2 months old, and that's when I started to implement all these different techniques and teaching her how to speak, how to talk, how to communicate. And so the first thing that I want to share with you is whenever my baby was sleeping, I would actually whisper in her ears. I shouldn't say ears, I should just say ear, because you can only whisper in one ear at a time, right? So I would I would whisper to her three specific things on a daily basis. Now, it doesn't have to be every, time she's sleeping, but you want to consistently create a pattern where you're doing this at least once a day. And these are the three different things that I would whisper in her ear. The first one is I would say, Mommy loves you. And the second one was, Mommy will always be there for you. And the third one was I would whisper the ABC song, and I would actually sing it. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You get my point. Those are the three things that I did on a continual basis, at least once a day, from the time she was 2 months old. Now, you may be asking yourself, okay, what's the point of that? Well, when your baby is sleeping and in a relaxed state and in REM sleep, when you whisper things in their ears and you're speaking to them in their ears, it goes straight to their memory bank. So when I say Mommy loves you, there's a siren. Oh, sorry about that. Um, when you say Mommy loves you and Mommy will always be there for you, it instills that memory in their memory bank, and it provides and builds security within themselves. So they will always know that, oh, no matter what, my mommy loves me. My mommy will always be there for you. Now, this is not just for moms, this is for dads too, and grandparents, and, anybody that's in your support system that is willing to, contribute to the process of teaching your baby how to speak and how to feel secure. And so those are the two things that that provide security, right? Mommy loves you. Mommy will always be there for you. And of course, the singing one is about introducing them to not only song and rhythm, with how you sing it, but also the letters. You're speaking the letters A, B, C, D. You're actually speaking the language that you're going to teach them. And so that would be my first tip for you. Now, another tip that I really want to express to you is the actual way to teach them how to speak, and how you can get them to understand sounds, and then they will in turn learn the sound vibration, and then be able to repeat it back to you. Now, this really does happen because I did this, and this is how I taught my baby how to speak. So I'm going to demonstrate it with a doll because I don't have a baby available right now. There's no babies in my house. So this is a regular doll. So pretend it's a baby. Okay. So what you want to do is have the baby look at you. Okay. So you're making eye contact with the baby. Make sure it's in this camera angle, right? And then you want to take one of their hands, and you want to put the hand over your mouth. Okay. And then you want to speak the different vowel sound. So A, E, I, O, U. Okay, that's what you want to do. So you want to go ooh, 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 like that. And your baby's going to look at you, and they may start to move their lips and kind of like trying to figure out what you're doing. And you just keep doing it. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And you go to the next one. Ah, ah, ah. And then the next one. E, E, E. And you continuously do that every single day. Again, you don't have to do it all day long, but at least you do it once or twice a day. And within, I would say, within a week or two, maybe, sometimes it's less, your baby is going to start to copy you. So when you go, ooh, your baby's going to go, ooh, ooh, and look directly at you, because they are engaged in this stimuli. Yeah, they're engaged in this learning process, right? And so that would be another tip. Go like that. A, E, I, O, U. Okay, you only need the vowel sounds. That's all you need to start this process of language development. Okay, so that is the next tip. Another tip I want to share with you is when you are talking about different things in books and in objects, use the single language option. Okay, so you may be wondering, what do you mean the single language option? I mean, call the objects for what they really are, not made up baby words. So if it's a bird, you say, look at the bird. The bird, not, oh, look at the little birdie, look at the little birdie, because that is baby talk. And what happens is your baby, and then eventually your baby's going to grow up into a toddler. They're going to have to learn two different languages, two different words for the same object. And you are not increasing the level of development by doing that. You're actually, it's going to take longer, because they have to learn that that's a birdie, that's a birdie. But then when they become a certain age, you're going to start to teach them, no, that's not a birdie, that's a bird, right? Because you're going to want them to speak in whole words, in single language, right? Single word forms, not the baby talk. So why not just teach them the singular words from the beginning? This is what I did. I didn't say, look at the doggy. I said, look at the dog. I didn't use baby language. I didn't use baby talk with my baby either. And people who tried to do that, I would correct them. I said, no, excuse me, please don't say kitty cat. Please say kitten or cat. And they would be like, wow, geez, you're kind of no, I'm teaching my baby how to speak, and I really don't want others to interfere into that learning process and confuse my baby, and then she have to like, well, how come it's not kitty cat, how come it's cat now, and how come it's kitten, and you know, whatever. So that would be my other tip for you, is not to use the baby talk. Now, as your child grows, and I would say about maybe nine months, maybe, you want to start to have, now you can start this process earlier, but it's best when they are sitting up already, and of course they're going to be sitting up way before 9 months, but sitting up, grabbing things, exchanging, exchanging, like, exchanging, oh my gosh, like really like engaging in play with you. So you throw them a ball, and they're able to crawl to it and move it back, or kind of throw it or push it or things like that. Now, this is the time where I want you to introduce as many letters to your baby as possible. Now, like I said 9 months, but it could be earlier. What I mean by this is their environment. So if you need to get on your hands and knees and understand their viewpoint and their environment for learning, please do so, because then you'll have a clear picture of what the point I'm trying to make here. So in your kitchen, on your refrigerator, please have those magnet letters. And you can have numbers too, but you really want to focus on the letters and have them at their reach. So when they're crawling in there, they can see it at the bottom, not way at the top where their eye vision, distance is too far. You want to have it low enough. Now, yes, if they come to the age where they're starting to walk, they are going to grab it, they're going to touch it, they're going to put it in their mouth. Yes, that is going to happen. But what is also going to happen is they're touching it, they're feeling it, they're looking at the letter, they're looking at the color. Because a lot of times those magnets are colored. There's green, yellow, red, blue, and sometimes the fancier ones have even more colors, or orange, purple, and so on. And so what you want to do is have letters around your baby as much as possible. So magnetic letters on the refrigerator. You want to have sponge letters in the bathtub. Okay, you can get them at craft stores, because they use those sponge letters for crafts, where they dip them in paint and they make pictures. Well, what I did was I went to the craft store and I bought a pack of the sponge letters, and I put them in the bath, and then I would put them on the wall, because they would stick to it, right? And then all the letters were there. So when I was giving my baby a bath and she was playing and having water time, she still saw letters. So you really want to expose your baby to letters as much as possible, and then talk about them. That's an S. An S makes an S sound. Keep encouraging that language development over time. And also, when you are looking at different items in books, of course, you point things out and then you explain what they are. If there's a ball, then you would say, look at the ball. The ball is round. It's a red ball. Ball starts with B. As much stimuli as you possibly can when you're engaging in these activities is going to have the best outcome. Now, let me just grab a book and show you what I mean. So I grabbed the farm book, okay? So it's all about farm animals, right? And so you can see here, it's just quack, quack, duck, duckling. So there's so many opportunities to teach language development and color recognition, even sounds, with this one picture here, right? So pretend like, okay, so you have your baby right here, right? And you're reading the book to him or her, and you're saying, you see, duckling. This is a duckling. This is a baby duck. The duck is yellow. And the sound that the duck makes is quack, 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 quack. Okay, so this is all language development. And then you go on, pig, cow says moo, moo. And your baby, depending on how many months they are, they may start to try to go moo, because now that's a oo sound, right? A-E-I-O-U, right? So that is part of the vowels that you have introduced them. So then they're going to start to put things together. Now, when they are a certain age, certain months where they're getting to, really look at the letters and stuff, what you then want to do is create words on the refrigerator and words in the bathtub on the wall. So, we all start off small, 3-letter words: cat, dog, cow, things like that. And you even want to put their name. That's very important. Put their name as one of the first words, how to spell their name. And of course, mom and dad, right? But it's very important for them to start to, understand language, letters, how letters then when certain letters are put together, they create words. And the words, what do the words mean? What does C-O-W mean? A C is a C, an O is an O, a W is a W. But if I put it all together in that specific order, C-O-W, what does that mean? It spells the word cow. What is a cow? You can refer back to the book. Look at the picture in the book. This is the cow. The cow goes moo. That's all steps in language development. Okay? So those are the tips that I have for you as far as teaching your baby how to speak. Now, I also want to make a little bonus tip here for you. And this I hear often from parents, and mostly from mothers, right? Because mothers are usually the primary caregivers for especially babies. And this is what I hear from them. Well, I don't have time to teach my baby how to talk. Or I'm just way too busy and I don't understand and I don't know how to do, these tips that you are trying to tell me. Well, first of all, I outlined it all in this video now, so it's easy to follow. But secondly, whenever I hear a parent tell me that they don't have time to teach their baby, I automatically, I'm just very polite in that situation. I say, oh, okay, well, no problem, well, thank you for your time, or, whatever the situation is and whatever the conversation that I'm having. And also, it depends what kind of relationship I have with the person. Is it somebody that I just met, or is this a friend, or is this an acquaintance, Then it kind of depends on how the conversation is going to go, right? But what I really want to say to them is that you are teaching your baby every single day, no matter if you are aware of it or not. So when you put your baby in a car seat and the baby is just looking around, and then you think, oh, my baby is fine, because they're being quiet and they're just in their car seat and they're looking around, they are learning. They're learning that they're not getting engagement from you. Okay? And if they're watching you and they're following you around the room, that's because they are hungry for information. They want you to educate them on something. Now, if you can think about it this way, imagine if you are in this world and you hear things and you see things. You can't verbalize anything yet. It's like, foreign language to you, right? Because that's basically what it is, right? The language that you haven't learned yet. And you are just put in a car seat or in a playpen or something, and you just become a professional observer of their environment. Wouldn't you want someone to engage with you and speak to you and teach you things so that you can learn? Right? I mean, if you think about it that way, it kind of makes sense that when babies are just staring and looking around, they're hungry for stimuli. They want to learn something. Okay? Now, there's a flip side to this. When your baby is becoming overstimulated, too much stimuli at one time, they will shut down. And how you're going to know this is if they are looking at you and they're watching all of your the information that is coming to them, and then they cannot process anymore. It becomes too much for them. They will, like, almost instantly just close their eyes and they'll shut down, and they'll just take a little, and it's not a real nap. Okay, so don't think that, oh, my baby's napping now. No, your baby is overstimulated, and so they need to shut down to regroup. So usually it's just a simple cat nap, sometimes 5-10 minutes, sometimes maybe 15 or 20, but it's a short period of time where they can just it's like a reboot for their brains, because the information is coming at them and it's too much at one time. So that's why I don't encourage parents to continuously do these different tips throughout the whole day, all day long. Do it once or twice a day. But when you're with your baby in the car and he or she is in the car seat, and I know that it's not, the seat is going the other way, because that's usually the law. I think it's called rear facing seats. You can still speak to your child and still talk to him or her instead of talking on your phone or listening to your radio. You can still create language development opportunities for your baby by just speaking to him or her, or singing the ABC song, when you're driving, and also, I know you know this, but your voice does provide a reinforcement of comfort to your child, or your baby, I should say, when they're in a car seat. So those are all the tips I have for this video. I really hope you found it to be very useful, and you go ahead and try all of them or a few of them, and hope you have like really great results that I did experience when I did all these different techniques when I was raising my daughter when she was just a little baby. So I also want to tell you that I really do appreciate you purchasing this video, as it does help support my channel, and gives me the opportunity to continuously provide free content on the channel, on a weekly basis. So thank you so much for everything here. And if you have any questions, or you want to share a comment or provide a review for your experience by using these different tips, you may reach me directly on my email address at parentchatvideos@gmail.com. So please don't hesitate but to contact me for any of those reasons. I'm always here and available, and I answer every single email personally myself. Okay? Thank you so much for being here, and as always, happy parenting, and also enjoy your baby journey, because it goes by so quickly. You blink and then you just, oh my goodness, where did the time go? So enjoy your journey, and happy parenting. Goodbye now.